Hello guys, KP Shamino here with a new video for Diablo 4 Season 1. And I'm going to show you guys in this video my level 32 Barbarian Whirlwind build for the people that want to level with Whirlwind. Because it's at the moment, I think, one of the worst builds that you can play. But I want to do it because I see it a little bit like an achievement. But Barbarian is in a very bad place at the moment. For all the guys that are now running to the keyboard and start typing that Rent is better, that the Hammer is better. I know that. Thank you that you want to say that to me. I know that, but I like to play Whirlwind build because it's fun. In my opinion, you can spin around the entire time. So therefore I do it. But I know that there are better builds. This is a guide for people that want to play Whirlwind build and just want to play a little bit better. I'm going to give you guys a couple of tips and tricks that I think are important if you want to make it a little bit better. It's not a good build then, but it's a little bit better. So what is the plan? I'm going to go really quick. There are not really, I think only one legendary in it and two aspects that I use that you need to use, but you get access really easy for it. The setup, I'm going to show you guys a little bit the skill tree and what is important. So let's get started. First, I'm going to show you guys a skill tree. So what is important, you need to get 3 shouts. You need to get iron skin, because the problem is you are doing not a lot of damage, so you need to survive a lot of stuff. I'm using Lunging Strike here too, and that's what you need to have. So be sure that you get really quick, if you can, to the shouts, because they are going to make and break your build. So that's how you need to play it. So let's have a look. So what did I do? Very simple. You start, you get Lunging Strike, you go to Combat Lunging Strike, then you take Whirlwind, you go to Violent Whirlwind. I take here 3 pressure points too, but I would not do that at the start. Take that a little bit later, because that are the last notes that I would take. What I would take is right away Rallying Cry. Why? Because it's giving your furry generation. You go to here, Tactical Rally Cry. Then you take Iron Skin, you take here until this one. This one is very important too, because you will get a barrier. Just take that, and with aspect that I'm going to show you guys, you get Unstoppable too, and you will not get CC'd anymore. Then you take this one, of course, Challenge Shout. You take this one too to get the furry generation. Then you take this one, and you take Power War Cry. That's the next step. Then you take 3 points here. Why? 24% more on your shout. And you take this one. And by then, probably all your skill points are done if you don't have Renown. But I think probably a lot of people have Renown. Then you take this one, 3, 2 here. You take this one too. They nerfed it now. So the bleeding effect is the slow is only on healthy enemies. In the past, it was on every enemy, so if it was slow, but they nerfed this. But it still works. If you go into a pack and you use Hamstring, you will get slow on the bleeding enemies, and you do the entire time bleed, because you got a 2-handed sword equipped. So this is still working. You have 9% increased critical strike chance against slowed enemies, but only if they are healthy, you will get it, but I still take it. Then you take this one. Each time you take direct damage, you gain 0.4% just to get your Fortify going, because that's really good. And then you take 3 points here. Very simple build, this one, but it's a start. So this is important that you go right away to the shouts. The moment that you can go to the shouts, take Rallying Cry, because you need it for furry generation. Then you take this one, and then you take this one. So what is the gear? Very simple. I just took the gear that dropped. So what do you want on the helmet? Very simple. If you can get cooldown reduction, take cooldown reduction. I just equipped a helmet that got a lot of armor, because you don't get that much equipment with the right stats. So go just for armor. Life is very good in this too. Why I put here this gem? Because that was the only gem that I had. Then the next one, the chest. Once again, try to get damage reduction. Life is very good too. And here you need to imprint an aspect. So Iron Skin grants Unstoppable and 18% damage reduction. It works really good if you pop Iron Skin. It makes you almost immune for damage. And because you're doing shit damage, you need to be sure that you can survive hits. So therefore you take it, you can find it in the Codex of Power. It's not that hard to get. So let's have a look. Where it is, here you can. So it's called Aspect of the Iron Warrior. And you can find it in the Carrion Fields in Dry Steppe. So if you still need to do it, you can just click on it like this. So pin it on the map. And then you can see it. I already got it, so left click and then you can do the dungeon. Just do the dungeon at the start, put it on the gear. It's not that expensive, you only need to use 6 crystals, so that's 6 times salvage a rare item. Just get it as soon as possible. It will help your life a lot. Of course, you need to get Iron Skin too. So that is very good. Then the gloves, yeah, armor once again. Here, this is my first legendary that dropped. Nothing special here. Boots, get movement speed on it. An amulet, yeah, it's crap too. Damage reduction is really good on it. Here I put the cage heart in it, but I saw it's not only the build that sucks, but it seems that the cage heart, they suck really hard too for the Barbarian. So we got double fucked, I call it. But I put here this one in, while below 43% life, because there are no other ones that I can get. So yeah, the amulet, get damage reduction if possible. If you can get fury reduction here too, or cooldown reduction, keep it. That's what you need to have. Then the rings, 2 rings. Critical strike on it, what you can get. And here, this is very important. So here I put the other cage heart in it, because I put 2 times the same in it. You guys think, what is this guy doing? Yeah, there are no other ones, so I just switch my rings around. I found a better one and I just put it in. But of course, don't do that, because here the cage heart is not working. But I don't want to spend money to get it out, and I don't have another gem to put it in. But here is something very important. So for the guys that didn't saw my video, Bolt Chieftain aspect, you can get it now from the, what is it called, the chapters that you do. So if you push U, you come here and you need to do chapter 2. And here in chapter 2 you get Bolt Chieftain aspect. This is very big. Be sure that you get it as soon as possible. You will get it at level 25. On that moment you unlock the Oculus. So be sure that you get this. Why is this so good? You guys can read it. Whenever you cast a shout skill, its cooldown is reduced by 1 second per nearby enemy. So that means if I do my rallying shout, it's now 25 seconds and I got 6 enemies around me, it's only 19 seconds cooldown. That's very big. Get it? Because you can put it now in the Codex of Power. So you can keep using it. It's only 6 crystals. Always put it on a ring. Always, if you got a ring, put it on. If you got more than enough materials, if you just do all the rares, it will pick up if you're level 25 to 30. You will get bags full of rare items if you do a dungeon. So it's not hard to get the materials to put, to imprint the aspect on it. So just do it, even if you got a crap ring, put it on, because the aspect is very, very good. So you can see it here. So this is now, of course, the lowest rolled, but you can keep using it. Then a little bit further, what are the weapons? The weapons are important. Get the 2-handed sword here, because that's going to apply bleed. Here you put 2 one-handed swords, and here I put the mace. Mace is not that important, it's just a stat stick at the moment. No, that's not true. I think I'm using it. No, it's important. But at the moment I use it as a stat stick because it's not on my skills. So what do you put on the skills? With S. So you click S and then you can change it with the middle mouse button. So I put here my 2-handed sword on my Whirlwind, because you apply bleed on everything. And here I put 2 times a 1-handed sword on Lunging Strike. Why? To get the furry going. You can put your 2-handed mace here too. You can decide what you want, but I still need to level it up. Expertise. So 2-handed sword you always use. So you always going to inflict bleeding because it's on your Whirlwind. The 2-handed, 2 times 1-handed sword you do too. It's a furry generation. I still need to level it out. And here, technique, I put a 2-handed mace. Just to get a little bit more furry, because that's a problem. So that's it, guys. I cannot say more. I can show you guys now the build. Don't expect that I'm going to fly through the enemies. It gets better, by the way. I'm a little bit trolling my own build at the moment. but it gets better. Once that you go to Paragon and you got the Exploit glyph, or you get the Red glyph, it goes a lot better. That's always the case. It was always the case. Whirlwind starts really slow, but once that you can get going, it goes a little bit better. Is this going to be a very good build at the end? I think it will be decent, but now we need to sit it out. So I will show you guys how you need to play it. So most of the time, Rallying Cry is not only generating Fury, but makes you unstoppable too. So 4 seconds CC'd immune. If you get CC'd again, you use Iron Skin. Never use them at the same moment, because you're playing like a noob on that moment and you get CC'd. So Iron Skin, you only use Iron Skin if you get CC'd and Rallying Cry is out of cooldown, or is on cooldown, or if you take too much damage and you need a barrier. Then you need Iron Skin, but don't keep pushing everything at the same moment, because you die. So I do this, then I do Warcry to get Berserker, and then you kill enemies. So here you can see, this is by the way only tier 1. You can play tier 2 too if you want to get a little bit more experience. It's possible, but at the moment I went back to tier 1 just to play a little bit faster. So here we go again. And this is, by the way, one of my favorite instance. So here is an elite. So this is really strong too, to get Fury generation, you guys can see. And even with this setup, with almost no Fury reduction, you can see that I can keep spinning for a long time. By the way, before I forgot, there is one more thing that you need to do if you got the materials. But there is one material that you need to use, and it's from salvaging the legendary. I will show you guys that you can get it now really easy too, before I'm off. And that's a little bit of playstyle, guys. If there is an elite... Oh, Caged Heart. One more to salvage. So I forgot to say one thing to you guys. So there is one Codex of Power that is very important and very easy reachable. So in the past it was, I think, behind level 35, but it's this one. So your aspect of Echoing Fury, you can get it now really easy. You can see where you can get it. So once again, left click if you don't know where the dungeon is, try to get this. Your shout skill generate 2 Fury per second while active. Put it on the other ring. It's going to be big, but I cannot yet do it. Why not? Because you need a material, this one. So let's have a look that it's already here. What kind of material do you need? I think it was this one. But you need to get this from a legendary salvage jewelry. And I don't have it yet because I didn't yet got a legendary ring. So that was it, guys. Thanks for watching. Have fun. The next video is the first capstone that I'm going to show you guys. But with this setup, be sure that you got a lot of defensive skills. I got 45 Iron Skin. I got... my armor is already decent, 50% damage. I'm CC immune if you play it good. The DPS sucks a little bit, but yeah, that's how it is. I cannot do a lot about it. I will write a letter to Blizzard that they boost next Friday the Barbarian. Maybe they answer me, you never know. Thanks for watching. Have fun. Bye bye.